regular basis. And Canada, it is time for you to step up and arrive at the World Cup. So I am very, very excited to see what Canada can do. We've got the team news. I believe this is the team news. So I can't double check at the moment because of the Twitter drama. But Hayden said, I can't believe Elon suspended my friend. He's innocent. I know. I was just looking that I've still not had a message, you know. I've still not had a message. There's no email, nothing to tell me what I've done. It just says if you want to appeal, then click here. So I've sent the appeal in, but I don't know. I've got no confidence that there's even anyone left at the headquarters to actually even answer the appeal. So I don't know what I still am in the dark as to what I'm meant to have done. But we all know I'm a troublemaker, guys. Come on. We all know that I'm a rascal. I'm sure that I deserved it. Oh, I'm sure I deserved it. I don't know what I've done, but I'm sure I deserved it. Let's go and have a look then at Canada. I want to talk about Canada because I know we're going to have many Canadian friends joining us. Back on the biggest stage after 36-year absence, they were the best team in the CONCACAF qualifying, finishing above Mexico and USA. Their strengths are players such as David, Buchanan. They offer speed and explosiveness in transition. The team spirit is superb. Weaknesses, Canada lack experience at this level, and they don't have the star power in defense that they have in other areas. So that's what they're saying. They're saying a bit of a lack of experience, but lots of things going for Canada here. Alphonso Davies is the star, but the CONCACAF surprise package will look to press at pace rather than sit back and defend. In a country where so many are used to cheering for other countries at major tournaments, this group of players have captivated a nation by clinching a spot at the World Cup for just the second time since 1986. After a grueling 20-game World Cup qualifying journey where they were surprised everyone to finish top, Canada were put in a tough group for Qatar, alongside Morocco and two European giants in Belgium and Croatia. Immediately, they set out about finding an opponent who played similar possession-based style with star midfielders, and in September, a friendly against Uruguay gained significant insight into what the task would be like. Canada played well, but they lost 2-0. What the players realise now is that we were right there. Some of the work in the attack just wasn't clinical enough, but we were close. What else was clear was Canada's commitment to keeping the ball and being brave in possession. Despite that step up in quality, during qualifying, Canada were a major threat in attacking transitions and are blessed with remarkable pace that will be on the radar of all opponents. Pressing as high as they did in qualifying against top opponents might be a bridge too far, but Herdman seems adamant that his team will not suddenly change course, start sitting deep as Canada hunt for their first goal at a Men's World Cup they've never scored at a World Cup. One shadow hanging over preparations has been the tense and public negotiations with Canada Soccer around World Cup bonuses and image rights, which have not been solved at the time of this recording. So after missing 7 of the final 14 qualifiers, Canada had to learn to win without Alphonso Davies, but there's little question who the star is when he is available. Herdman experimented with the Bayern Munich man in his natural left-back position in the early stages, but Davies made it clear he wants to be an attacking difference maker for this team, and his remarkable individual goal against Panama in qualifying shows that no one else can do what he can do. Davies might be the best player, and Jonathan David might be the best finisher, but without Eustáquio, don't know how you pronounce his name. It's hard to imagine Canada reaching this World Cup. The Porto player was named midfielder of the month for September in Portugal. He is a deep-lying playmaker in the Xabi Alonso molds that Canada have waited years to produce. There is no one close to Eustaquio's profile in the team and his calmness on possession. So, yeah, I mean, look, Buchanan is a name that I've heard. Davis, of course. David Eustaquio, I've never heard of, but apparently I need to know. So there's a few names here that are on the radar. There's a few names that I think we need to be familiar with. So I am excited for this game and to learn a little bit more about Canada. Before we jump into the chat, let's just have a look at Belgium. Let's see what Belgium are going to bring to the party. Belgium, there is a sense that this generation of players have peaked and that the bronze from 4 years ago is as good as it will get. There is an abundance of talent in this squad, and any team that has Courtois and De Bruyne would expect to go deep into the tournament. The difference is aging and slow, and the main goal threat, Lukaku, has been struggling with injuries this season. So the next crop of talent coming through is just not as strong for Belgium. The plan isn't much of a plan anymore. It's more of it is what it is. Roberto Martinez is simply sticking to the same tactical shape he introduced 6 years ago. That's the 3-4-3. The personnel has changed. Vincent Kompany has gone. Thomas Vermaelen too, with the former Arsenal defender and assistant manager. Belgium played Wales and Netherlands in the Nations League. The back three featured 3 players from Belgium's Jupiler Pro League. So they're starting to bring through people that are playing in the Belgium League, which isn't ideal because that's not a top league. Toby Alderweireld, Jan Vertonghen have recently come back home after playing in Qatar and Benfica, whilst the promising Anderlecht teenager De Bast made his debut in September. The problem is that Alderweireld and Vertonghen are not the same level that they were at when they were at Tottenham a few years ago. Belgium lost twice to the Netherlands in 4 months, and the old shaky defence is the worry. The world-class keeper Courtois can't stop all the attacks on his own. The other options at the back aren't too encouraging. Denayer has not helped himself by rejecting several offers to leave Lyon this summer. He trained on his own for several months before signing for a club in Dubai. Up front, Lukaku has had a bad season at Chelsea, then injured himself when he returned to Inter Milan. He only got back to full fitness in October, but has reportedly aggravated the injury again. Eden Hazard is finally injury-free, but after 3 years of misery, is not getting many minutes. Eden is still of great value to Belgium, Martinez said. The question is whether he can play 90 minutes. Yeah, I mean, they've got a real problem with Eden Hazard, hasn't they? I mean, what a player he is, but he's just not getting time. So Hazard still gets the nod with Trossard used as a super sub. Otherwise, Belgium rely heavily on Courtois and De Bruyne, their last remaining world-class players. I mean, look, I'm looking at this, and I can definitely see a way forward for Canada. Having read those write-ups, I'm more excited for Canada now, to be honest. I'm more excited to see what they can do, because if you've got Alphonso David, Jonathan David, Alphonso Davis, this Stefan Eustaquio, who they're buzzing about, like, it seems like you've got some in your front line. It seems like you've got some threat and pace, and seemingly an aging back line for Belgium. Like, yeah, you could cause them problems here. I think Belgium might take it, and they might just have too much experience, but I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to find out. Deja was wrong about the Spain score. Yeah, I was really wrong. I said 0-0. I mean, the Spain that I watched at the Euros last year, they were not a very exciting attacking team at all. And as we said, they just played it on the around the outsides. I mean, after about 5-10 minutes of watching that, you go, wow, this is a different Spain, to be honest. This is a different Spain than what I've seen before. I mean, they've scored goals, obviously. They can score goals. But against a Costa Rica team that's known as being very well defensively organised, and Costa Rica, I mean, they are one of the weakest sides at this World Cup, but even so, they should be difficult to break down. They are known as being defensively solid, but not really offering much in attack. And so, yeah, I kind of thought they would cancel each other out. I thought both teams would struggle to score. And Spain, they were just irresistible. I think, to be honest, once they got a couple, I think Costa Rica. I don't know. I don't know if the same level of fight was there as it would have if it was still 0-0. I think when it got to it, they were still putting tackles in. They were still trying, but I don't know if the same level. I mean, honestly, I found myself like drifting out of the game. I found myself kind of like going, as like, you know, it was very obvious that Spain were going to win, and I think maybe the Costa Rica players maybe felt that as well. So, don't know. It's hard to know what to take out of it. I mean, I feel like Spain looked like the best team we've seen so far. But as we said, if they win their group and Brazil win their group, they're going to have to play each other at the quarterfinals. So they're going to have to go through some big teams if they're going to win this. They could, realistically, Spain, if they top their... If Brazil top their group, Argentina top their group, which is looking difficult, but if they do it and Spain top theirs, Spain are going to have to go through... they're going to have to go through Brazil and Argentina just to get to the final. If all of those teams go onto the same side of the draw. So at the moment, I am relieved that if Spain top their group, England don't have to worry about them till the final. We wouldn't play them till the final. If England top their group and Spain top their group, we go on different sides of the draw. And I'm very happy about that right now. The game said, I don't know if Belgium is group favourites. They've got a lot of players that are nearing the end of their careers. They are group favourites. They are, I mean, whether they should be or not is debatable. But Belgium are still one of those big nations that are regarded as, you know, one of the teams that could do well in this tournament. They're 17-1. Their odds are not as good as Spain, who are 9-1, or Brazil, that are 4-1. They're actually about the same odds as Portugal, you know, which is probably unfair, because I feel like Portugal have probably got a better opportunity. But yeah, their odds are 17-1. Canada are 500-1. 500-1 for Canada. The 5 women is probably Becky. The 5th women is probably Becky. You're thinking too far ahead. Take it game by game. Oh, definitely, but I don't think it's unwise to be grateful that, you know, we're not going to be getting Spain in the next round. You know, if England do qualify, I don't have to worry about facing Spain in the next game. I'm very happy about that. But yeah, game at a time. I am from Toronto. I am rooting for Canada. Yeah, I'm rooting for Canada as well. I want Canada to do it. I'm feeling a bit more optimistic now that I've read that write-up, to be honest. I want to go back and read a little bit more about Canada, because there was a little bit more there which I thought was interesting. So I want to read a bit more about this key midfielder, Stefan Eustaquio. Don't know how you pronounce his name. We'll listen out for it, and I'll get it down. He's classed as the key midfielder. When asked to describe his journey as a Canada player, Eustaquio chose to use the word crazy 4 times after sitting out an entire year as a result of an injury suffered whilst on loan. He made his debut in a tough 4-1 loss to the United States in 2019. Is the tactical leader of the squad. He can cover like a number 6, pass like a number 8, and has the vision of a number 10. Has brilliant set-piece delivery, and was arguably Canada's best player in World Cup qualifying. He arrives in terrific form, having scored in the Champions League and plays regular for Porto. There we go. So he is definitely someone to keep an eye out for. Someone that is not on my radar, but he is now. They've got Alphonso Davies. They've got Davids. I know about those guys. Buchanan is a speed merchant. He plays for Club Brugge in a team full of players whose stock has risen quickly. No one can rival the rapid rise of Tajon Buchanan, who was playing for Canada's under-23 team when the World Cup qualifying began. Suddenly, with Jonathan David and Alphonso Davies out of the 2021 Gold Cup, a side in need of an attacking leader found one in Buchanan. Shy and softly spoken off the field, he turns into a fierce competitor on it, as shown when he terrorised Mexico with his pace and goal at the 2021 Gold Cup semi-final. Just one of many key moments that helped earn him a move to Belgium. So, yeah, I'm really excited, actually. The more I've read there, the more I'm like, do you know what? They could do this, Canada. They could do this. They could do this. Do you like murder mysteries? Do I like murder mysteries? Yeah, I don't mind them. Well, it depends. There's some I like, there's some I don't like. You know, I like there's some gritty British ones that I enjoy, but I've seen some that are like, I don't know, mainly for more older people. I don't really get into those, but yeah, I don't mind the odd murder mystery. I wonder what William Regal will have to say since betraying Moxley. We'll find out tonight. James said there's 2 games on at once on Friday. Oh. Well, I'll tell you what we're doing on Friday. On Friday, we have got Netherlands versus Ecuador, and we have got England versus USA. So I don't know what we're missing out on, but in all fairness, Netherlands and Ecuador, I'm down for watching that, and England USA. So we ain't missing England USA. That's one of the most anticipated games of the tournament, so we're definitely not missing that. You didn't miss much. Spain making Costa Rica very unhappy. Jaden said, I'm telling you right now, at WrestleMania, Sami Zayn will win the WWE Undisputed Championship and then relinquish it. Just a guess. In the Fantasy League, I'm 209th. I've had a bad first match day. Well, all I would say is go to your bench. Make sure you're using your bench players because you can actually sub them on, so you can take any bad performing players out and you can put your bench players on, which might help. You can also make 2 free transfers before the next game week, which starts, I think, Friday. So make sure you're making your substitutions. Have a look at the fixtures, because just because someone played bad this week, they might not play bad next week, because they might have played a tough team this week, and then they've got an easy team next week. So this is the kind of stuff you've got to weigh up. This is the kind of stuff that you've got to really look at. And, it is going to take a few minutes to get your head around it, but if you want to get higher up, those are the things to look for. It's pronounced Eustachio. Eustachio. That's how it's pronounced. Eustachio. Oh, okay. Thank you. Eustachio. Eustachio. That does make sense, in all fairness. Now I'm looking at the name. Eustachio. I like that. That's a nice name. Eustachio. Sounds Brazilian. Ronaldinho. Eustachio. Wales got England after England had USA. What's happened to Twitter? Don't know. It's been suspended, but I've had no message as to why. No, I don't know. I seriously don't know. I only got told during a stream, but I haven't even sent any messages out on it. I mean, I've sent out 4 tweets today, and they've all been links to these streams. The only thing I can think is that maybe they're under the impression that they're links to the actual games. That's the only thing I can think, because that has happened before. I have had an account years ago get suspended because of that, because I was sending links out, and they thought that they were links to actual content, actual copyrighted things. That's why I started putting no copyright content at the very top of the tweets. That's why I started doing it, because an old account of mine got deleted for that reason. And since I've started doing and making it clear, no copyright content, since I started doing that, I've never had any problems. So I'm wondering, has Elon took over and all of a sudden now it's become a problem? I don't know. If they say to me, you're sharing links to copyright stuff, I'll be like, no. First of all, I'm not. Second of all, it says no copyrighted content on it. So I don't know. I'm quite happy to argue it. But, God, who knows what's going on with Twitter? It's a dumpster fire, isn't it? I ain't worried about it. I've already got another Twitter account there. You might remember when we had the football channel, there was football days. Well, that account's still running. So I've got a Twitter account. I can still use that Twitter account. Granted, it doesn't have 12,000 followers. It's got about 300. But I've hardly lost, say, 500,000 followers or something. Do you know what I mean? It's not the biggest problem in the world. My bad. 2 games at once is Tuesday, not Friday. They do start doing that. All the final rounds of games are 2 games at the same time. So, I mean, where we can try and watch them both at the same time, I will try to do that. It'll be like one on TV and one on a laptop. So we will try to do the 2 games at the same time. Those 2 games at the same time, I believe that's every group for the final group games. I recommend Only Murders in a Building. It's an amazing murder mystery show. Okay. Hayden said it could be that. Oji Bodes, shout out to you. Dave's talking trash about Connor on Twitter. That's why Dana got it suspended. I mean, fun fact, I didn't. Zach, I have same issues in football fantasy. Just have to keep looking at who is trending upwards and how they are playing. MJF is great. Hopefully WWE will find a way to take him. Tariq said, read my latest comments. I've read it. Defo not going to miss England Wales, said James. True. These games are going quickly because Christmas is a week after the World Cup. Yeah, I mean, it is a very compact World Cup. I mean, days where you're getting 4 games a day. I mean, I don't remember them doing 4 games a day before. It does feel like there's a lot of games and a lot of action being chucked in at the moment. Spain just set a new world record for most successful passes in a game. Did it? Is that a world record? Is it? I have no idea. I mean, they have broken over 1,000 passes. It was stunning. We were actually keeping an eye on it. So yeah, it was good. Eustachio, there he is. Davis, Eustachio, Hutchinson, Laria. I'm looking forward to seeing Eustachio now that I've learnt his name. Is that a trophy or a cup you're drinking out of? Yeah. We've had some good conversations today. The World Cup isn't a cup, but you can get it as a cup. Yeah, I definitely want. I tell you what, on Christmas Day, I mean, there's every chance we'll be streaming on Christmas Day because if it's a Friday or something, then we'll be doing SmackDown. So there's every chance we're streaming on Christmas Day, but after that stream, I can imagine that I will pour a beer into my World Cup. Wow, I mean, depends. If England do badly, I might not want to see the World Cup. Might be too raw. Do you know what I mean? If England do badly, I might not want it. I might have to see how England do first. But I could see me drinking out of that on Boxing Day or something. Amid said, I'm from Belgium, living in Florida. I always have you on my laptop when I am watching TV. Appreciate the format. Amid, shout out to you, my friend. Yeah, this is the big one. This is the main event. This is the tasty game of the day. This is what today has been building towards. Great game earlier between Germany and Japan. Love that. Second game, tons of goals. Maybe not the most gripping of games because Spain just it was like there was only one team, to be honest. So, but fantastic. And now this, I'm so excited. After reading the write up of Belgium, I'm so excited now. Christmas is on a Sunday, so Boxing Day is on a Monday. Oh, well, actually, that's good. I mean, to be honest, I might not stream on Sunday then. I might not stream. We don't tend to stream on a Sunday, so maybe I can enjoy Christmas Day. I might have a drink on Christmas Day. Wow. Okay, there we go. How exciting. Summit, shout out to you. Only Murders in the Building is starring Steve Martin and Martin Short. Do not tell me you don't know who these guys are. I know Steve Martin. I don't know who Martin Short is. I'm currently 30th in the league, says James. Santa's bringing you a day off. Kidding. Come on. Day off. Thanks, Santa. That is pretty sick, actually. That is pretty sick. So, yeah, that's kind of nice. Drunk Day stream instead, says WWE LOL. Legend Killer, shout out to you. Hope you're well. 19 minutes to go. Right now, the BBC are just showing us some of Alphonso Davies and what he means to the Canadian people. They're saying that Canada is a hockey nation. Alphonso Davies has created a portal that's bringing interest into the game amongst Canadians. Canada, first time since the 80s, never scored a World Cup goal. They have never scored a World Cup goal. That would be huge. Even if they just get a goal, it would be huge. But, you know, there is potential for an upset here. The problem you've got is De Bruyne, let's be honest. Kevin De Bruyne is a problem. Maybe the best midfielder in the world. You've got to include Valverde in that conversation, but Kevin De Bruyne is a problem. But honestly, Tielemans is good, of course, as well, but there's not many demons in that Belgium team, is there? If you look at it, if you actually look at it, there's not many demons there. I mean, they don't even know how long Eden Hazard can play for. They don't think he'll manage 90 minutes. CCST said, I finally won. You banned me unfairly a year ago for talking about Saudi after I was a daily user in your streams. Now you are rid of you. YouTube is next. Try me, said CCSYT. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really bothered, to be honest. I don't really care. I've appealed it. And I've also got another account on Twitter, so, I mean, I'm pretty chilled about it. Wes says, I'm 118 in Daisy's league. Christopher said, Undertaker, Kane, HBK, Kevin Nash, Triple H, Royal Rumble match, Rock, and The Edge. Thank you, Christopher. Tharuka said, don't spam, otherwise you'll get banned again. Lol. Luke said, do you ever sleep? Yeah. I've got a pretty good routine, actually. I've got a pretty good schedule. So I'm pretty good at, like, I know when to do the games. I know when to fit in the wrestling. I know when I need to go to bed. I know when I need to get up. So I've got a good routine. I've got a good schedule. So feeling good. Go, Canada, go, says David. Leonard said, come on, Days, say it. Canada will win. I really want them to, dude. I really want them to. I really want them to get the victory. So, yeah, let's see. Let's see if they can do it. I feel more optimistic after reading about Canada and some of their players and seeing, like, honestly, that Belgian team does not excite me. I'm not excited by it. I mean, there's no Lukaku. If Lukaku was up front, you could have a bit of a problem because he is, on his day, a fantastic striker. But there's not really much in the way of talent coming through. Sort of know a lot of these names. A lot of these names play in the Premier League. And if Canada are as good as what that write-up was suggesting, and they must be because you guys finished top of qualifying, I think you can get something out of this. I really do. The one thing I hope is that you don't get something. I just hope that. You don't get like hit early or something. Do you know what I mean? I just hope you don't like concede within the first 5 because that will be a bit demoralizing. You won't be out of it, but it will just be a bit demoralizing. He wanted to ban me for no reason because I said I didn't support Saudi. I don't remember this at all. When have I ever banned? I've never banned anyone. If you got banned, it weren't by me. It would have been by one of the mods, to be honest. But in all fairness, you do seem like a douche. So I sort of feel like I should have banned you. So if I did ban you, I don't remember doing it. That's how insignificant you are. I don't remember doing it. But if I did, I'm really proud of myself. And the fact that you've come back crying, I don't know, you've sort of just made my day, to be honest. So, yeah. That's why I'm not banning you now, because I want you to keep chatting. I'm having a great time. Deanna says, any good games? We've had some great games today. We've had some great games. Germany losing to Japan. Japan, absolutely brilliant. Scoring 2 goals right at the end, picking up the victory. Then we had, the Spain game wasn't that great, but they were dominant. They were dominant, and they won 7-0. But it was a bit dull, to be honest. I mean, once it gets to the point where they're not going to win, like when it's not really a competition anymore, then you kind of go, But I'm really looking forward to this. As you said, we've got loads of Canadians that join us, so this is going to be exciting. Is Trossard in the lineup? No. Apparently, they're going to use him as an impact sub. So, which is, I mean, I suppose I get it in a way, because if Eden Hazard has only got around about, I don't know, up 60 minutes in him or whatever, bringing on Trossard for like the second half could be interesting. So, yeah, I suppose you could have started with him and then brought Eden Hazard on, but in all fairness, Eden Hazard fresh should cause some problems, and then bring Trossard on in the second half. So I think they're going to look to do that. Why did WWE stop TLC? Because the last time we got a TLC was in 2020. The best TLC we had was TLC and the years before. I don't know why they stopped it. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't really crazy about TLC. I thought it was a bit dated. It's not one that I was like really that crazy about. So, yeah, I don't mind that it's gone. They replaced it, didn't they, with Day One? So they got rid of TLC and then they brought in Day One, but I don't think we've even got that this year. So I don't think there's TLC or Day One. I think after Survivor Series, the next planned premium live event is the Royal Rumble. So, yeah. 3 faces of days: wrestling days, football days, heel days. Heel days. I think it's cute you think I'm anything other than a heel. Heel turn. I've never been face. When was I face? Don't forget UFC days. Right, how long have we got? 12 minutes to go. 12 minutes to go. So we don't get a pay-per-view in December, says Rica. Don't think so. No. Because it was meant to be Day One, but that got cancelled off the calendar. So I think it just goes straight from Survivor Series to Royal Rumble. You might not remember me, but your mother does. Oh, I'll ask her. Love the thumbnail. Zinchenko and Welbeck, says Moldy Spoon. But right. As we said, 10 minutes to go. Team should be coming out soon. There's just a little article that's being shown at the moment on De Bruyne and his impact to Belgium and to Man City. He is such a complete midfielder. He is key for Belgium. He's going to be key for Belgium at this World Cup. But if you don't normally watch, football and you are just joining, and it's not really your thing, maybe you're in Canada and you're just tuning in because Canada are playing. then, this is a guy to keep an eye on, Kevin De Bruyne. Kian says, I heard that WWE are doing a Raw or something episode with legends returning and some faces coming back. Okay. Edward said, I just finished training. Welcome back. You missed pretty exciting. Well, was it exciting? You missed 7-goal thriller in Spain. Ed Imata said it's time for soccer. X-Drive said, I'm Portuguese and I'm hoping they do well. What chance do you give them? Who are we talking about? Portugal. What chance do I give Portugal? I'm guessing you mean Portugal. Portugal, I think, are going to do all right. I think they should get past Ghana. Ghana are the lowest ranked team. Then you've got South Korea. South Korea could be a little bit tricky. They're normally quite high in like the Asian qualifying. And then you've got Uruguay. And Uruguay they've got Valverde, of course. They've got Nunez. I mean, they've got some decent players. You never quite know what you're going to get out of Portugal. Sometimes it can click and they can look really good. And sometimes they can be a bit frustrating. And did they get out of the group of death at the Euros? I can't remember if they did. I remember Germany getting out of the group of death. I don't think they did they? I think, did Portugal and Hungary get eliminated in the group? And it was France and Germany that went through. I think that's right. I'm trying to remember back to last summer now. But Portugal are a side which have got, great players, great potential. They've got skill all over the pitch. They're no longer a team that just rely on Ronaldo. I would expect them to get through the group along with Uruguay, but South Korea could be a slipping, a banana skin. It could be a hurdle, a stumble. They could be a problem for Portugal. Ghana, I don't think will be an issue at all. I think Ghana are just there for lols, to be honest. Lols and holes, Ghana are there. When there's no pay-per-view, I immediately thought a Christmas special episode. Maybe a title match or two. Load the show with legends. Maybe. I don't know what they're going to do, to be honest. I feel like they probably do need to go. I mean, there will be a Christmas special Raw, of course. There normally is. And a Christmas special SmackDown. But, I don't know. I'm not really expecting like a pay-per-view quality type event or anything. Don't know. We'll have to see. It's a bit weird, isn't it? We did go the whole of December without a premium live event last year. I can't really remember anything significant happening. But of course, we were building towards day one, and now we don't even have that. So it's uncharted water, really, to be honest. But we'll see how it plays out. Right, here we go then. Belgium, Canada, and the teams are making their way out. I'm sure the excitement has ramped up in Canada. And Belgium, of course. CCST said Saudi has got ties with 9/11. If you live within the United States, you shouldn't support if you love your country. Oh, I've got to ban you again now. Oh, what have you done that for, CCSYT? Oh, look at that. I've had to ban you again. And I don't even remember doing it the first time. And I promise you I'm going to forget this one as well. I promise you I'll forget this one. Oh, that's disappointing, that is. I gave you an opportunity. I gave you a way back. That's a shame. That's a shame. You've only got yourself to blame, haven't you? You've only got yourself to blame. If you are still there as well, my Twitter account that I'm going to use going forward is UFC Days. So if you do want to go after that one next, feel free. Because it's not a problem. I can easily create another. But it seems like that's all you've got now. It seems like you don't have anything else going on in your life. And that's really sad. It's really sad. So go after that. UFC Days, at UFC Days. I would put a link in the chat, but you can't get to it now. So, yeah. And I promise you I won't remember this. Right. I feel like some of the games have been draws. Well, that's correct. Some of the games have been draws. One today, actually, between Morocco and Croatia. So that I forgot about that 0-0. We were talking about the games today. I didn't even remember the 0-0. So there was a 0-0 earlier. Then we got Germany and Japan. I didn't watch the 0-0. I'm quite pleased about that. And then we got Spain winning 7-0. And now here we are, Canada about to get their national anthem. Canada about to get their national anthem. Big moment for Canada. I should imagine there's tears running down all the Mounties' faces. Here we go. I actually don't know the Canadian national anthem. Let's turn it up. And our flag was still there. I'm joking. What's your score prediction for Canada-Belgium? Do you know what? I'm gonna go 2-1 Canada. Gonna go 2-1 Canada. Come on, Canada. I want you to do it. Smash them. Yes, they make lovely chocolate. Yes, they make lovely beer, but make them humble. Come on, Canada. I don't think there's anyone in our community from Belgium, to be honest. If there is, I'm still going Canada. Big stage for Alphonso Davies. Big stage for him to shine. A lot of Canadian fans, you know. It looks like there's a fair chunk of people that have travelled. Looks like there's some really good support. Right. Here we go. Teams shaking hands. 4 minutes. Canadian friends, how you feeling? Pretty sure Courtois slept with De Bruyne's girl. Oh. Even if he didn't, we should start the rumours, because that will unsettle them. This is about Belgium and Canada. Dendoncker, Alderweireld, Vertonghen. So 3-4-3. No, Lukaku, of course, he's not even an option on the bench by the looks of it. Yeah, injured, so he's not an option. They can't even bring him on. Belgium is beautiful, but Canada all the way. Ryan Gambler said, will Canada keep this competitive? Yes. I really think they could, you know. I hope they do. As I said, I really don't want them to concede early. Come on, Canada. They're taking their time to... Look, they're waiting here. You're making the Belgians wait. Where is Canada? Oh, here we go. Where was your Hutchinson? De Bruyne's ex left him for Courtois. Wow. That's cool, isn't it? That's cool. It's time, said Rica. It's time. Right. VAR room. Just going through the Canadian team. Borjan. I don't know. Who's Borjan? I don't know Borjan, the goalkeeper. Borjan plays for... Jesus, who's he play for? Crvena Zvezda. The emotional leader of the squad. Always an emotional thing. No one is more vocal, both on and off the pitch, and no one has more to say about past problems within the national team to show just how far they have come. When handed a bottle of champagne to celebrate World Cup qualification, Borjan's first thought was to seek out John Herdman, who was on the pitch during a live TV interview, and soak him in the celebration. He said, "We owe this man everything." Herdman also had Borjan to thank for some remarkable saves. Many come in late in crucial moments. Okay. Well, there we go. I don't really know too much about him as a goalkeeper. I don't know how great he is, but he is undeniably their number one, Canada's number one. And we are about to get underway with this. 4-0 is my prediction. Steve says, come on, Canada. Here we go. 5 goals in World Cup qualifying for Alphonso Davies, and he missed a lot of games as well. We are underway. Kickoff. Kickoff by Canada. Canada all in white. So Belgium 0, Canada 0. Canada team needs a beast, if you know what I mean, said Dark Angel. Josh says Belgium 11, Canada 0. Kian said, evening, do you think we could get a Canadian upset? I'm hoping for one, yeah. I think there's definitely a chance. Here's Alphonso Davies, couple of Belgian players surrounding him. Let's get the stats up on screen. Ball going over to the right-hand side. Given away. Come on, Canada. You've got to be better than that. Shot from range. And, yeah, that was not good. That was not good. Vittoria saying sorry for giving the ball away. Had The Rock stayed in 2003, would we have had the Big Four development guys? Interesting thought. Here we go, Canada. Is that Davis? Trying to whip the ball in the middle. Canada are going to take this to Belgium. They're not going to sit deep. On the edge of the area, trying to find a way through. Comes across, goes across to the right-hand side. Whipped in, ball bounces off. Hutchinson. Knocks the ball back. On the insides. Weaving away. Here come Canada. Shot. Oof. Come on, Canada. Never scored at a World Cup. Never scored at a World Cup. Okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes gone so far. Canada, someone get Sami Zayn, said Crystal. Okay, Canada on the ball, launching it forward. We're seeing a lot of Canada on the ball. Battling away. Belgium back in their own half. Belgium have got a lot of experience. They're going to be able to weather this. Ball being played into the middle. Belgian player goes down. Yeah, do you know what? Get a bit physical. That defense is made out of flipping sticks and twigs. Barge into them. Yeah, that was bad giveaway there by Canada. That was an early shot on target by Belgium. Who was it? It was your centre-back, Vittoria, that gave it away. Number 5. Early nerves, we'll put it down to. Iania said, this is my World Cup. All being played forwards, middle of the park. Driving forward, goes over to the right-hand side. Few step-overs. Buchanan, ball goes out. It's going to be a throw-in. So it's going to be a throw-in here by Canada. Ball is thrown in. Played forwards. No one there. Belgium see it out. I like where we are. High line by Canada. I mean, we're not seeing this game being played out around the halfway line or in Canada's half. We're deep into the Belgium half. So, Canada have really pushed the game up. Long throw in. Canada winning the ball. Ball pinging around. Belgium trying to launch it forward. Falls into the middle. It's cleared. 3 blows. What current male in WWE do you think would take one-on-one fist fight outside the local kebab shop? Sheamus. You can totally see Sheamus having a fist fight with a kebab in his hand. Butch. Ball being played forward, but goes straight out Davis was chasing after it. 4 minutes gone, 4 good minutes for Canada. Do you watch I'm a Celebrity? No. I mean, I've seen bits of it, but I don't go out my way to watch it. If I'm having something to eat and it's on, it'll be on in the house. But ball going down the line and goes out of play. Will this be a World Cup of shocks? To be honest, I think the world is expecting Belgium to win this quite comfortably, but I'm really excited by what I just read. And certainly from what I've seen here in the first 5 minutes, Belgium just can't get out their own half at the moment. Canada are going to throw it in. It goes back to the Canadian defense. Ball being played across. But no, USA wouldn't be out. Ball going down the line. Ball bouncing and it goes out of play. It's going to be a throw-in. So Canada going to look to throw in there deep in their own half at the moment. Goes down the line, bouncing around into the centre. Belgium have picked up the ball. Goes back to their defence. They're in their own half, though, and Canada trying to come out. Ball forward, ball up in the air. Canada have managed to get it back. Just couldn't find it. Couldn't find it through. Oh, great tackle. Great tackle. Yes, that was Eustachio that won that ball back. Eustachio just won the ball. That was a great challenge. In the middle. Canada. Oh, that has all come out of Eustachio. Eustachio wins the ball. And then, boom, look at Canada. They are off. Ball is whipped into the middle by Buchanan. Comes into Davids. Just gets caught under his feet. And it goes, trickles well wide. But it is a corner. Apparently a Belgian player touched it last. Come on, Canada. Come on, Canada. Canada showing that they are dangerous here. Canada have never scored at a World Cup. Never scored at a World Cup. Ball being whipped into the middle. Shot comes in. It balloons. Oh! Courtois grabs it. Canada are saying that hit an arm. They're protesting. They're saying that it hit an arm, but I'm sure VAR will take a look at it, but there's not much of a protest there. But, yeah, Canada getting a shot on target from the corner. Here's De Bruyne. Referee's whistle has gone. What's happening now? Referee's saying calm down. There is a VAR check. There is a VAR check. There is a VAR check. VAR. VAR, possible penalty. They said handball. There wasn't really the biggest of protests, but VAR checked it anyway. Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look. It does hit his arm. Yeah, that's handball. That's handball. The question is, did he mean to do it? Is he getting it out of the way? It hits his hand. It hits his hand. It hits his hand. If USA lose to England, are we done? To Canada! Penalty to Canada! Canada have got a penalty. Handball. Penalty to Canada. Oh my God. Oh my God. We might be about to see Canada score their first ever World Cup goal. Mitchell said, if we lose to England, are we done? No. How do the group stages work? What do the points mean? Well, we'll have to come back to that, Mitchell, because we are on the verge of a penalty to Canada. Basically, there's 3 games. If you get a win, you get 3 points. If you get a draw, you get 1 point. And if you lose, you get none. So far, you are on 1 point. with Wales. Here we go. Here we go. Canada with a penalty. Canada with a penalty. Is it? I think it's Davis that's going to take it. I think Davis saved. Courtois. I mean, one of the great goalkeepers. Courtois saves it. So it's a save by Courtois. It was a poor penalty, in all fairness. It was a poor penalty. Oh, Canada. Canada. No. That was. I don't know if that was nerves. I don't know. I don't know if that was nerves. Oh. Oh, it hurts. It stings. Belgium are in trouble. Courtois is always good, but that was bad by Davis. Oh, Canada. Hey, you're still in this. You take encouragement from it. Don't be disappointed. Take encouragement. Ball pulled back. Edge of the area. Belgium are having to defend for their lives. Ball being played over. And it goes straight out. Where the game is being played is so far forward. It's all around the edge of the Belgium area. Canada are not here. Not here to make up numbers. Sonny said, I'm summoning a Canada score. Sir Jim is going to bid to buy Man United. Oh, God, that's brilliant. I hope he's got the money, though, not just to bid for them, but to invest in them. Oh, man. Oh, I'm gutted. Canada, take a shot, and it just goes wide. So, Mitchell, let's just talk about USA for a sec. So, if USA lose to England, it's not the end of your World Cup because you would need England to beat Wales. So, basically, playing England won't matter as long as England win both of the games. If they beat USA, then you need them to beat Wales as well. So, if you lose to England, it's not the end of the world. You just need England to beat Wales. Back post, edge of the area, in the penalty area for Canada, but Belgium, honestly, living a charmed life. Oh, shot comes in, save! Oh my God. Okay, saying it's offside anyway. Look, Canada, you are not going to be able to do this for 90 minutes. You have got to score. You cannot do this for 90 minutes. This is not what, you're not Spain. And Belgium are not Costa Rica. You need to capitalize on this. You're having a fantastic spell. But we see this all the time, don't we? Glazers want a record 8 billion. Oh, it's a joke, man. I heard they wanted 6. I heard that they were open to selling the club if someone had come in with 6 and they've been open to selling it for a while. Now they've made this public statement. And now they want 8. 7 attempts on goal by Canada in the first 14 minutes. Belgium are all 6s and 7s. Lukaku's got his head down. He can't believe what he's seeing. He can't believe what he's seeing at the moment, Lukaku. Ball goes out of play. They said the only bonus for Belgium here is that they're not trailing. Ball coming over to the right-hand side. This is the problem, though. When Belgium get on the ball, certainly from an offensive point of view, they are irresistible. De Bruyne is one of the world's best midfielders. Eden Hazard, if he's switched on, can cause problems. Tielemans plays in the Premier League and is a wonderful player. Stanya couldn't get on the end of that. Why are clubs selling? Why are clubs selling? Well, I think the Glazers are, I don't actually know why the Glazers want out right now. I saw a very interesting report that it's actually connected with. Apparently, they've seen the Saudis buy Newcastle, and they're worried about like having to match that investment and how competitive. Oh, hello, here's Canada in the penalty area. Canada have managed to get a long ball forwards. Shot, but it's well wide. That was a pretty poor attempt. Junior Hoylett gets on the ball. Needed to play through his teammate. He needed to dink it over, actually. See if he could get it to the back for Jonathan David. That shot in the end, though, is not good enough. Yeah, Jonathan David is not impressed that ball didn't get played through to him. This is, I tell you what, I mean, this is a wonderful performance by Canada, but so frustrating. How many chances are Canada going to need before scoring? Ball being played down that left-hand side into the middle. The wait for that first World Cup goal continues. Here come Belgium. So, yeah, in regards to Man United, I heard that they saw the investment that Newcastle have had, and they're a bit worried about that. They know that Old Trafford needs redeveloping. They're a bit worried about that. So they're looking at, like, the potential money they're going to need to spend in the next few years. And all of a sudden, selling the club and getting back, 8 billion or whatever they want seems like the more attractive option. Canada needs to be composed. They need to take their time. They are rushing. Glazers want to sell in parts because of several projects in Tampa that they are committed to long term, says Alan. That's interesting. I wish Batshuayi well. I loved him at Palace despite it not quite working out. Ball going back. Glazer family doesn't need Man United anymore. They proved their point. Ball going forwards. Come on, Canada. Focus. They're missing chances. Great start to this game. I agree. Really great start to this game. Spicy start, said Rica. It's a really fun game, isn't it? Really fun. So we're into the 18th minute. It doesn't feel like it, but we're into the 18th minute. They've had 99 chances, but they can't score one, said Cowty. Yeah, it's the new Jay-Z track, isn't it? Here's De Bruyne. This is a problem. Oh, he actually put a bit too much on it, Carrasco was coming forward, and De Bruyne, normally you see it weighted perfectly. I wonder if he's rattled a little bit. Don't know what it was. You don't see that from De Bruyne. If you could have anyone on the ball at that moment, you'd want De Bruyne. And he actually puts too much onto it, and it goes all the way through to the goalkeeper. Mitchell, you just to finish up that conversation, doesn't matter if you lose to England, but you need to make sure it's only really by one goal, because goal difference could become a factor. If you lose to England more than Wales do, that might be a problem if you end on the same points as Wales. So you need to make sure that if you lose to England, it's 1-0, right? And then hope that England beat Wales, ideally by 2-0 or 3-0, because the amount of goals could be a factor at the end. But really, all you need to do is just focus on yourselves, If you can get something against England, brilliant. If not, then only lose by 1 goal and then try and smash Iran, because the number of goals you score could be a factor if points are level at the end. But no, if you lose to England, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are out, but you are going to need England to beat Wales. They own the Buccaneers, I think, and they have started struggling, so I think they want to focus on that. Why do you lot like the Killers so much? Why do you lot like the Killers? The band The Killers. The band The Killers. I mean, I feel like their first album was really good, Hot Fuss. Mr. Brightside is a real big summery kind of tune that did well on the radio, and Yeah, it was good. I mean, I actually like that first album. I must admit, the follow-ups I don't think were that great. I think if their second album had been that first album, I don't think they would have. I don't think they would have really been that successful. But I think that first album, it just had a good energy to it. It had like it was really upbeat. I think it was like the sound of the summer. Certainly, Mr. Brightside. But they've had some decent singles, but yeah, I think it kind of diminishing returns with their albums. I don't think anything matched that first one. I think they're popular in America, aren't they? The Killers. I don't think they're only popular in Britain. I'm pretty sure they're worldwide. Belgium's golden days are over, says Keon. Daniel's Life said it's a great game. Canada are missing because they're rushing and they're trying to score. Well, they will get more opportunities, but will they get another spell as good as what they've just had? I mean, Belgium are ranked, what, second in the world, third in the world? I mean, I think everyone can agree they shouldn't be that high. I don't think their FIFA ranking reflects really where they are as a team, but yeah, wow. Amazing start to this game. Come on, Canada, said A-Dub-F. Sonny says, come on, Canada. Ball coming over to that right-hand side. Being played forward, but there's no Canadian players there. Yeah, man, can't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow we get Portugal and Cristiano Ronaldo, and we also get Brazil. Nadula says, come on, Belgium. Nadula, shout out to you, buds. Belgium supporters, welcome. Canadian supporters, welcome. I must admit, I'm not impartial on this one. I definitely want Canada. Oh, Belgium are away. It's pulled back, edge of the area. Canada trying to get back to the back post. Oh, it's skied over. Oh, it's skied over. Miller. Oh, look at that. Batshuayi skying it. So, good work by Eden Hazard. Hazard looking decent. Pulls it back. Comes to Batshuayi and goes up into the heavens. He sort of does come off the Canadian defender, Miller. It's going to be a corner. Bit of pressure being applied by Belgium. De Bruyne going to look to whip this in. Even if Canada go one behind, I wouldn't be too worried. Canada have more than held their own in this game so far. So I wouldn't be too worried, but they haven't gone one behind. Long ball, being chased after. Courtois comes out, clears it. Only gets to the halfway line, though. Canada on the ball again, chasing after it. It's a real battle. Real battle. Hard to know which way this is going to go. Do you think, Days, there's always pressure on the unlikely winnings to succeed in group, even though they know they won't win? The whole thing, like Saudi beating Argentina, Japan beating Japan. Do you think there's always pressure on the unlikely winnings? Always pressure on the unlikely winnings. I think international. I think that anyone can beat anyone, and it's been that way for dare I say, forever. I mean, we've seen upsets like really all throughout the history of football, but I feel that like a lot of the smaller nations were never really worried about. But I mean, I remember, was it Senegal beating France in the first game of, was it France 98? Was it France 98 or was it, I can't remember if it was 98 or 2002, but I remember France losing their opening game and it being a massive shock. And it's like, what? Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. It was a real upset. No, I mean, not as shocking as Saudi Arabia here, but you know, those kind of upsets have happened throughout the history of the World Cup. So I don't think that you can ever go into a game feeling like, yeah, we've got this. Like, and look past anyone. I mean, England, I really thought England would struggle against Iran. I mean, I think I predicted it being 1-0. I was hoping for 1-0. I just wanted England win. England win and hopefully keep a clean sheet. And in the end, it was 6-2 and it was very comfortable. But you never know. I mean, against USA, I'm thinking 2-0. But I'm only saying 2-0 because of how England played the other day. I'm only saying 2-0 because of that. If it had been a draw in that first game, I might have just gone for like a hopeful 1-0. But now I'm thinking, yeah, 2-0, I think, might be quite tight. England finish it off in the second half or something. But yeah, at this level, as we're seeing, there's not really easy games. I mean, unless you're Costa Rica playing Spain. But yeah, I think anything is possible. And shot coming in and wide. Oh, by Canada. And anything is possible, and that's what makes the World Cup so exciting. I mean, I'm telling you, Brazil against Serbia, I think it is. Serbia finished top of their qualifying group. Serbia could be a problem for Brazil. They could frustrate Brazil. The Saudi Arabia, I don't think anyone predicted that. So, yeah, the pressure is always there. And you could maybe make the argument the pressure's not really on Canada here, is it? Canada aren't really expected to get through this group. I think that people are hoping they do, and they could. But in a group where you've got Belgium and Croatia, who finished, was it second and third at the last World Cup? Can Canada realistically expect to go through? I don't think they can expect it. They can hope for it. So foul there, and referee coming over, deemed a foul by... Oh, hello. Ball is played forward. Trini said, World Cup matters so much in the Caribbean. I say Caribbean, but some people say Caribbean. Some people say Pirates of the Caribbean, but I think it's Caribbean, and I'm going to stay with that. World Cup matters so much in the Caribbean. Most teams that even qualify have all received national medals from their home country, especially if they score. For us, Latapi and York, Dwight York, ledge. Ball being played forward. Here's Canada. Belgium have got players back, though. Racing down that right-hand side. Pulling it in the middle. Oh. Tell you what. It was like 2 or 3 Canadians against 4 or 5 Belgians. And Canada almost did it. Ball being played forward. Lovely little touches. Goes down. Referee not interested. Canada picking up the ball into the penalty area. Shot bounces off the Canadian defender. I think Canada are missing some real dynamic finishing. It just seems like they get the ball and they just shoot. They get the ball and it's just shoot. Don't matter if there's someone in front of them. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't matter if there's someone there. Doesn't matter if they're off target. Just get the ball, shoot. Like that. What you would like to see is you would like to see a striker that just does a dummy. Do you know what I mean? Feints and throws the defender off. Creates a bit of space. Oh, goes down. Goes down. What was that? No, it's back up. Shot saved by Courtois. Oh, my God. This game is fire. This is fire. Belgium clearing it. Belgium again living a charmed life. I tell you what, sometimes you watch 0-0s. And they're more entertaining. I am so much more entertained by this game than the 7-0 that I just watched. I just watched the 7-0 between Spain and Costa Rica, and I was falling asleep. I could not stay awake. This is edge of the seat action. If Canada is not entertained by this, then maybe soccer's just not for them. Ball is cleared by Belgium. Canada need to capitalise on their chances, says Ryan Gambler. Daniel's Life said, honestly, Canada is doing good, but they need to take their time with shooting. Yeah, I agree, rather than just taking that shot, like just slip the defender, create that moment, just even if it's a second, a split second, have that space, just throw the defender off. Defenders going this way, slip that way, so it takes them a moment to turn. That brief moment might just give you an opportunity to take a shot that's actually on target, rather than just smashing it against the defender or smashing it wide. Here we go, edge of the area, shot comes in, and it's again hits a defender and balloons up. Let's have a look and see where we are with block shots and all this kind of stuff. Where are we with the stats? So, at the moment, Canada's had 2 big chances. They've missed 2 big chances. They've had 9 shots in the box. 4 have been off target. 4 have been blocked. Come on, Canada. Come on, Canada. You can do this. Canada has nothing to lose and everything to gain. It's a showcase for the players and maybe could be the surprise, said Serge. Fortnite said they did it again. All he had to do was square the pass. Just square the pass. Just play it along. Edge of the area. Good tackle by Canada. Yeah, come on. Alfonso Davies. Lovely skill. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. He's just left that Belgium defender, that Belgium player down on his backside. That was beautiful. 1-on-1, he's just absolutely mugged him. Ball in the middle, headed towards goal, and it's just up in the air, innit? It's just up in the air. Ball comes in. Ball comes in. Look at this. Boom. Boom. I mean, it's coming in. It's awkward. He can't get his head on it, but it's... On Canada. Whip that ball in. There's De Bruyne. De Bruyne floating that ball in and the shot. Good game from Canada so far. The Saudi upset is the biggest ever. Argentina were 3rd and Saudi 51st. It's amazing. Yeah. I can't remember an upset as big as the Argentina one. Canada is having the time of their lives. Well, they would be if they scored. I tell you what, even if Canada draw this game, if they lose, oh God, it's gonna hurt. Imagine if Belgium come out in the second half, make a few changes, put the pressure on Canada, get a goal, and this ends 1-0 Belgium. I could understand Canadians turning their back on this sport if that happens. I could totally understand Canadians going, do you know what? This game's just not for us. Because there's really not much more they could have done in this game apart from put the ball in the net. There's not much more they could have done. I mean, they are playing a really, really top European nation. I know they're not as good as they used to be. I know that they've got an aging team. I know it's not the Belgium that we saw 4 years ago. I know that, like, you know, teams wouldn't, you know, if England played this Belgium side, I'd quite fancy England now. 4 years ago, England lost to this Belgian team twice. And we were outclassed both times. But I wouldn't worry about playing them now, but they're still a top team in Europe. They still came through European qualifying. They're still a top side. They're still ranked, like, 3rd in the world. Like, I still fancied Belgium to get the win, if I'm being honest, in this game. But if there's one side that's going to win it, it's going to be Canada. They've had 12 shots to Belgium's 3. The only problem is only 2 of those 12 have been on target. Of the 3 Belgian shots, only 1 has been on target. So if you look at, like, how many shots have actually been on target, it's 2-1. Out of everything we've watched so far, out of all of this game, it's 2 shots on target to 1 in favour of Canada. That's what it boils down to. You're never going to score if a shot's off target. So 2 shots to 1 is what it all boils down to at the moment. Obviously, the bigger number is 0-0. But come on, Canada. Do you think going in at halftime is a win for Canada? Yes, I do. And it might not feel that way for the players or for the fans. But if you'd been offered that at, before the game, if someone came up to you and went, look, right, halftime, it's going to be 0-0, would you take that? I don't think any Canadian would have turned it down. 0-0, you are still in the game. Would you have took it? I think Canada would have took it. I think Canadians would have took it. The fact that it shouldn't be and that they should be winning, ball in the middle, headed clear by Belgium, might make it seem a bit more disappointing, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Oh, won the ball back again. Great work. Who was that won the ball back? 22. Rayyan, I think it was, that just won the ball. That was good. 37th minute, doesn't feel like it. Davis literally broke his ankle and sat him down, said Mason. Canada are definitely oozy tonight. David said they're overrated for sure. Belgium is going to make the shot that makes the goal. That's the difference between these teams. Belgium steps up when it matters. Paulie said Canada are not embarrassing themselves. Far from it. Far from it. They look like a team. I mean, if you think the other 2 teams in this group are Croatia and Morocco, like those 2 teams don't seem, from what I saw of that game, don't seem to be any better than what I'm seeing out of Canada right now. I really feel like Canada, if they can maintain this level of performance throughout the World Cup, have got a fantastic chance of getting through this group. But it's going to come down to fine margins, and those fine margins are, when you get an opportunity, are you clinical enough to put it away? We've had absolutely tons. Here's Laria. Oh, goes down. Referee, are they going to... What is going on? There's a Canadian player that's gone down here. Are we going to get another VAR check? Let's have a look, because there's a potential penalty here. There is contact. There is contact. Witsel with contact. There might be a VAR check again. There could be a second penalty, you know. There's a bit of concern out there. We're just seeing on the faces. VAR chant. There is a check. There is a check. There was a big roar. I don't know if I've ever heard chants of VAR, 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 VAR. Possible penalty. VAR, 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 VAR. I love it. I love it. This is the most over that VAR has ever been. No penalty. Not given. Boos in the stadium. It looked close. It certainly seemed like he took the man. I'd like the explanation as to why that one wasn't, to be honest. VAR. VAR. I'd say it's not a penalty, says Davids. Well, you'd be right, because they haven't given it. Did you know that Mia Yim's name was briefly changed to Michin? Michin means crazy in Korea. Yeah, they showed it on screen. I don't know what the situation is, but it said on screen during Raw, Michin Mia Yim. Here's Davis playing it in the middle, but it's cleared by Belgium. No penalty, says Hayden. That didn't last long. VAR. VAR. That was it. Right, well, 40th minute, 5 minutes ago. I can only imagine the Belgian fans are just absolutely bemused by what they're seeing. Absolutely bemused. Ball in the middle, and Belgium trying to get on the ball. Belgium should be down. I feel like a broken record, but it's stunning, man. It's stunning. Canada are battling so hard. Come on, Canada. Come on, Canada. Come on, Canada. VAR. 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 I want to have a look at Belgium's recent results. Belgium. Let's see what they've done recently. Here's Belgium on the ball. So, to put it into perspective, Belgium lost their last game 3 days ago, 2-1 to Egypt. That's interesting. They lost 2-1 to Egypt 3 days ago. Egypt's not a bad team. Obviously, they got Salah. But they lost 2-1 to Egypt. They then lost 1-0 to the Netherlands. They beat Wales 2-1. So they beat Wales 2-1 back in 22nd of September. So a couple of months ago, they beat Wales. They beat Poland 1-0. They drew with Wales 1-1. They beat Poland 6-1 back in June. So big result there. They lost 4-1 to Netherlands. They beat Burkina Faso 3-0. Drew with Ireland 2-2, and they drew 1-1 with Wales. That's at the end of 2021. So that's their results this year. They played about 7 games this year. Not great. Couple of wins against like Poland. 6-1 is the best they've done against Poland. It's a pretty good result, actually. 6-1. Beat Wales, but they did lose to Egypt a few days ago. This is a team that is beatable, isn't it? It's a team that's beatable. They're there to be beaten. If you do it, it would be an upset. They're still a highly skilled team. I think they'll make changes at half-time. Feels like it's going to be 0-0 at half. There we go. We've hopefully come back after a little bit of lag, momentary lag. Still 0-0. Ball in the middle of the park. You haven't missed anything. Still 0-0. Little bit of lag. Ball going over. It's being chased after. Here's Belgium. Oh, no! Oh, God. Oh, that is cruel. That is cruel. That is cruel. It's the ball is just in the middle of the park. Canada just sort of switch off. Their defense not good enough. Gets in between the defenders. Rifles it home. It's a nice finish. It's a nice finish. I hope Canada are angry. I hope they're angry. I hope they're angry. And I hope they respond. Batshuayi with the goal. Rifles it home. It was a lovely finish. Sonny says, get yourselves together, mates. Get yourselves together. Oh, mates. Batshuayi. 44th minute. Just before halftime. I always think, though, it's better to concede just before halftime than it is just after. I know that's not much help, but the problem is if you concede just after halftime, everything you just said at halftime is sort of irrelevant. Goes out the window. So at least now you've conceded. Get in at halftime. And take it from there. Regroup. You looked fantastic throughout this half. Missed penalty after 11 minutes. Oh, God. Honestly, I'm good. I'm genuinely gutted. I'm genuinely gutted. Just go. Come on. Heads up. Heads up. Toby Alderweireld was the assister. I mean, nice finish, in all fairness. Nice finish. Got to give it credit where it's due. It's a nice finish. Canada's better, but Belgium leads. It's about taking your chances. It's about being clinical. Ball in the middle and cleared by Belgium. So Batshuayi with the goal, Alderweireld with the assist. Completely against the run of play. It's cruel, isn't it? Football's cruel. Football is cruel. Come on, Canada. You can win this. If VAR was in the 2014 World Cup, would Robben foul have been a penalty? Oh, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Ball be in the middle. Oh, put over. Put over. The ball is whipped in. It comes to Buchanan. Oh, look at it. He's right in the middle of the goal. He's right in the middle. Do you want Harry Kane? Do you want us to lend you Harry Kane? Oh, my God. We can cover him in maple syrup and send him over. Just watch his ankle, yeah? Because he's got ankle problems. Good game, said Shaquem. Should have scored. Poor, said Luke. Ball coming over to the left-hand side. Honestly, at this point, I'm wondering if Courtois could just go to halftime early, because the shots aren't even getting on target. He doesn't even need to be in the goal. David's going down the right-hand side. Come on, Canada. Oh, just said first half would be 0-0, and there's a goal, said Rica. Need to get some lessons from Harry. Canada's just not good enough. Oh, I feel like they're good enough. Just get it on target. Take that moment. Stop snatching at your shots. It's like whatever you've been working on is working. The game plan is right. Everything is right. You've just forgotten to practice finishing. Edge of the area. Shot bounces off the Belgian player. Headed clear. 5 added minutes. Goes out wide. There's an opportunity here. Davis cuts on the inside. Beautiful. Oh. Just one too many, and now Belgium bring it out. The Canadian defense worries me. We've not seen Belgium attacking Canada. I mean, could you imagine if this was the other way around and all of these chances were going to Belgium? I don't know what the score would be at the moment if it was the other way around. Ball up in the air. They're good. They just need to take their time, not just shoot. They're just shooting and not taking their time. See how I once said I would play for Canada or Egypt. Nadula said Canada need to wake up. James said Canada just need a bit more composure when in the final third. Don't snatch at shots. Agreed. Well, end of the half, and it is very frustrating. Very frustrating. I think what I would say is if you're Canadian, you've got to feel proud. Yeah, gutted, but proud of what you've just seen, because you can't ask for much more than a team that tries and a team that works and a team that battles and fights. That's what you want to see from your national team. They have gone to the World Cup and they are still in this match and they have been the better team. $14 shots to Belgium's 4. So Vincent Kompany is in the BBC studio, played for Belgium at the 2014-2018 World Cups. And he says, like, at times he had his head in his hands. He can't believe how bad Belgium are playing. I think you got to give credit to Canada, though. What the heck, Canada? You're stressing me out, said Trini. If they just keep going like this in the second half, then I fancy they can get at least a point. Be cool, calm, and collective. Sonny says, Canada, think of the ball as a hockey puck and go for it. If only Canada had some composure, they would be incredible. They're just like me on FIFA 22. Every shot I get hits the defender, said Felix. Is this going to be a game of two halves? Belgium open the floodgates and just rapid attacks. Well, I mean, look, Belgium, they can't be as bad as that in the second half. You know, I mean, Belgium just need to get on the ball. Just take the sting out of the game. I mean, Belgium are good when they're on the ball. They've got good players. You know, Belgium are a good team. And, like, it's easy to look at this Belgian team and think, well, yeah, it's Belgium. They're in the decline. But they've got De Bruyne. They've got Kevin De Bruyne on the... Kevin De Bruyne plays for them. They've got Tielemans. Do you know what I mean? They've got... Carrasco's a good player. Eden Hazard might not be what he was. Get Trossard on. They need Trossard on. Get him on. I mean, I think they need to just get that ball in the midfield. Clearly, Martinez needs to make a few changes here because they're just not getting the possession they need. Yes, they've had 56% of the ball, but the 56% they've had has been nothing compared to the 44% that Canada have had. Both teams have had 2 shots on target, and the bottom line is Belgium lead 1-0. Even though Belgium's winning, I'm worried. Canada has outplayed them in the first half, says Michael. Sonny said Canada will score. Most countries will accept and want players that have citizenship, even if you are technically live elsewhere, as some players live closer to leagues than home county. Even if Canada get trounced, they can be proud, said Paulie. Why did Hazard go downhill when he left Chelsea? He was one of the best players. I honestly don't know. I have not followed him when he's gone to La Liga, so I honestly don't know. I mean, I think injuries played a part. And then I think as well, it's always hard to find your place in a new team. There's no I mean, look at Sancho at Dortmund. I mean, just looked incredible. He's come to United. He's just not looked the same. And then you look at Lukaku over at Inter Milan. He went to Chelsea, just didn't look the same. Like, there's lots of examples of people that have gone to different teams and, you know, the tactics haven't worked for them. The relationships with other players haven't been quite right. Not off the field, just on the field, you know, knowing where the players are and the link-up play. And, you know, look at Grealish at Villa. Grealish at Villa was just a monster. And, you know, he's starting to find his feet at Man City now. But I think a lot of people, even Grealish, would admit that his first season was underwhelming, certainly for the amount of money they paid for him. So it's just hard, isn't it? You know, you can really find your place in a team, settle into a groove. And that might not be a case at another team. So I don't know if there's a degree of that. I mean, look at Mohamed Salah. Mo Salah played for Chelsea and it didn't work out. Salah didn't work out. De Bruyne was at Chelsea and it didn't work out. It's only when they went to Liverpool and to Man City, respectively, that they, you know, found their place and was able to shine. So, yeah, it's just no guarantee that you can replicate. I mean, of course, there's players that can. Look at Haaland, killing it in Dortmund, killing it. Was it at Leipzig? He killed it. Then he went, it was at Mulder, I know that. And then I think he went Leipzig. Then he went Dortmund. Now he's at Man City. He's killed it everywhere he's gone. So you've got some players that can do that, but then there's other players that can struggle to adapt. And he's had injuries, says Tall Paul. I love how Canada just take the ball back whenever they lose. My favourite team to watch so far, says Steve. Some of the battles they've won in midfield have been very impressive. I have been impressed with that Eustachio. I have been impressed with what I've seen with him. He's won some challenges. In fact, we can look and see how the players are scoring. If we go here and have a look at... this is where SofaScore gets a bit frustrating because Batshuayi has scored, his rating shoots up. So he's on 7.4. But, I mean, what has he done to warrant 7.4? Jonathan David at 6.3. Alfonso David at 6.4. Eustachio at 6.7. 6.9 for Laria. So, I mean, I've got to admit, these SofaScore scores are not that impressive for Canada, but I don't think they're very fair. Eustachio has had 86% passing accuracy. He's blocked a couple of shots. He's won a couple of ground duels. But according to this, he's lost possession 6 times. How does that compare to Itzel? Itzel has not lost possession. He's won 2 of his 2 ground duels. 2 of his aerial duels, but he's only touched the ball 28 times, so he's not been on the ball as much. So, I really like what I've seen of him. I think I must have just seen the 2 ground duels he won, and they really stood out. But, yeah, at the moment, Witzel is ranked 7. Toby Alderweireld, 7.7, but I think he was responsible for the assist. So that's probably why his score is so high. Batshuayi got the goal. That's why his score is so high. Courtois saved the penalty. That's why his score is so high. So, yeah, bit of a shame. I was hoping or expecting some better numbers there for Canada. Belgium's average age. This is interesting. It's worth mentioning that the youngest squad at this World Cup is about 24 years old. The oldest squad is about 28 years old. And this Belgium starting 11 is 30 and a half years old. They are an aging squad. And Canada, in all fairness, 28.7. So Canada's starting 11 is certainly not young. As young. Alfonso Davis, I don't think is all that old, is he? I think he's pretty young. Yeah, they said Saudi Arabia and Japan were both losing 1-0 at half time, and they went on to win. So anything is possible. Canada have been the better side. They just don't stay calm and shoot shots that aren't going to go in. Gaming with the Great Fish said, what did you think of Argentina, Saudi Arabia? I didn't watch it, to be honest, because it was on a bit too early for me. I was still asleep. But I woke up and caught the end of it, and obviously I've seen the highlights. I mean, it's an incredible result. I really don't know much about Saudi Arabia. What I do know is that they were 1,000 to 1. It's the biggest upset in World Cup history. I can't think of anything that can match it. Yeah, I mean, the notes I've got for Saudi Arabia is that they are cagey and defensive. They've got an experienced defense. They've put in mixed performances. They have a French coach, and they are a threat from set pieces. That's what I've got for Saudi Arabia. They play a 4-2-3-1, and they're 1,000 to 1 to win the World Cup. In regards to Argentina, they're 6 to 1, and they are fluid in possession. They have got the longest unbeaten run in international football because they'd been unbeaten since 2019. They are possession attack. Players like to flood forward. They like to create overlaps. They play a 4-3-3. Of course, they've got incredible talent. I mean, that Saudi Arabia win was just stunning. It was stunning. It's the biggest upset. What more can you say? It's blown that group wide open. Certainly, Argentina aren't out, though. First half, for me, Belgium did not show why they're ranked number 3 in the world, and Canada showed that they are the better team than we thought, said HRH Trini. Sunny said, I'm okay-ish. Should be proud. If you are Canadian, you should be proud of that. Of course, You want to celebrate scoring at a World Cup, and that's been denied of you so far. But you could not have come closer. I don't think you could have come closer. The only way you could be closer is if you actually put the ball in the net, celebrated it, and then it was ruled out for offside. But to have a penalty, 85% of penalties are scored in normal time. 85% of penalties are scored. Only 15% are missed, and the 15% showed its head, unfortunately. Shakes Canada, get yourself together. Mark said, how pumped are you for England, USA out of 10? I would say, I mean, pumped 10, but I am also concerned. I'm also concerned. Pumped wise, I'm at about a 10, but I am also concerned because I just think that England put in an incredible performance. I don't know that they're going to be able to do that again. Little bit concerned about Harry Kane as well. I know that USA are a decent side. I know that they're going to be fighting to stay in this World Cup. Oh, here we go. The scan. No lasting damage from that scan. Kyle Walker is available for selection as well for England. Maddison yet to train. Really good atmosphere in the camp. Yeah, that's true. And that was the perfect response to a frustrating run of form. I mean, it is true. It came at a great time for England. Just worried it came a bit early. I don't know if they're going to be able to maintain that throughout the World Cup. We've showed how we're going to approach the tournament. We've shown how we want to play. So they're just moving on to England chat now. Peter said, Days, Spain to win the World Cup. Well, they could, mate. Yep, they're definitely in the run-in. The only thing I would say is that if they win their group, and it looks like they will, and Belgium win their group, and, I mean, we haven't seen Belgium. Brazil win their group, and we haven't seen them yet, but they are favourites. They will meet each other in the quarterfinal. So Spain are going to have to get past Brazil. So I think before you get too carried away with what you saw from Spain today, wait for tomorrow and look at Brazil. And then we will have seen every team will have played by the end of tomorrow. Every team will have played by the end of tomorrow. I think you can see why England, France, Spain, and I think Brazil, I think you can see why they are favourites. Argentina are a favourite, and obviously they had a massive slip up. But, yeah, I mean, they are going to bounce back. I've got no doubt about that. Munia is on. Tielemans has gone off. So there are some changes. Carrasco and Tielemans off. Meunier's come on. Meunier's come on. Anana's come on. Anana and Meunier. Meunier's a good player, actually. Never really thought about it. Interesting that he didn't start. I'm surprised that Trossard doesn't come on. Meunier and Anana then coming on for Belgium. Meunier's a good player. My theory is that Canada are being too greedy as they want to be the first scorer at the World Cup, says Lauren. That's an interesting thought. That maybe they should... Yeah, maybe they should try and pass it because someone will become the first. I hope that's not what's happening. I mean, in all fairness, that doesn't really explain the penalty miss. I mean, that might just be nerves, for example, but... I mean, That was a bad penalty as well. It was not a good penalty. Right, we're back underway, Canada. I'm sure they had a stern talking to. Right, hopefully that fixes it. Boom. Germany have gone downhill, said Uncle Fracker. Germany, that was a big loss for them, and now they're going to find themselves needing a result against Spain. So, good luck. I mean, it's not, I'm sure there's a fair few beers being sunk in Germany that out of depression this evening. Because if you've got to beat that Spanish team to stay in the World Cup, you're not in a great position, are you, in all fairness? Brilliant news for Japan, though. Because if Germany go out, that really must open the door for them. Canada on the ball. England would beat Germany, said Uncle Fracker. Come on, Canada. Come on, Canada. If you bet $20 on Canada and Japan to win, you would make $1,000. JM Beer said, really harsh on Canada. They've been the better team. Tall Paul said, I'm going 3-0 at full time. Kind of hope I'm wrong, as I'm growing quite fond of Canada, said Tall Paul. If Kane can play on Friday, I think Callum Wilson needs to start, and Kane come on after half-time if we need him. Ball being played into the middle. Second half begins, says Hayden. Come on, Canada, says Sonny. Come on, Canada, says Legend Killer. Are you doing AEW later? Yes, Uncle Fracker, we are. We will be here. And of course, I don't have a Twitter now. Well, I do, but... Oh, nice. Shot coming in. Dunked down and wide. Chested down, and that didn't look like the cleanest of chance, but it was still a chance. So, Canada on the ball, dinking it in, and it's chested. It's kind of, I don't know what he tries to do. I don't know if he's trying to chest it in goal. I don't think that's wise. I don't know what. I think he was trying to get his head on it, and I think it hits his chest. I think it's one of them. But it hits here instead. Can't hit a cow's backside with a frying pan, said Tall Paul. JM said, are you doing the watch along tonight? Yes. It's not set up yet. I'm aware of that, but it will be. As soon as we're done with this game, I'll set it up. So, yeah, we are doing AEW. Corey said, are you doing WCW Thunder? God, I wish. I wish that was around. Steve said, we need something glorious from Team Canada. Listen, they're going to get chances. I don't know if they'll get as many. Hazard, here's Belgium playing it over to the left-hand side. Batshuayi on the ball in Canada's half. Seeing Belgium on the ball a little bit here. What do you mean you don't have Twitter? Oh, the Twitter got suspended. I just don't know why. Whilst we were doing a stream earlier, someone told me that it had been suspended. And I went on and it has. But I've not had a message as to why. I don't know why. And the only thing I've put on there are links to these streams today. That's all I've done. I don't even know if I responded to anyone, to be honest. So shot and it goes wide. I think it was suspended because I think Twitter is probably under the impression these are links to the actual games because that has happened before. So I've challenged it, I've appealed it, but I don't know. But yeah, if people are used to clicking on links on Twitter to get to streams, that might not be a thing in the short term. I'm disappointed in Australia, said Gaming with Great Fish. Well, I mean, I thought they did all right, to be honest. I thought that they held France back. I mean, you got to remember France are one of the best teams in the world. And I thought that they held France back for about 70 minutes. They were losing 2-1. But I think as long as there's only one goal in it, like this game, you're always in the game. I mean, they could have kept it 2-1 into the 90th minute and then scored an equaliser and got a point out of the game. So for me, they were still in the game up until the 70th minute, and then that's when France scored the third. And that's, that was it then. And then a fourth came after. So 4-1, might have been a fair reflection. Courtois had the ball under his feet, and Canada putting the pressure on were deep into Belgium's half. Belgium on the ball, trying to play it forward. Belgium again struggling to get out of their Courtois, out of their own half. Canada trying to close them down. Ball in the middle, plenty of space. I think that's De Bruyne. De Bruyne playing it over. Here's Belgium again, playing it back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne just around the halfway line. Witsel playing it in the middle, goes over to the right-hand side. Canada and USA have improved, said Uncle Fracker. The football streams are great. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy them. Nick is also suspended. Oh, was he sharing links to his football streams? I bet that's why. I bet that's it then. That kind of backs it up then. That sort of confirms it, because I know that Nick does the football streams as well. And if he's been sharing links, I bet the same thing has happened. Anana, ball being played over, and it goes straight out. That's why. Well, hopefully then, if they realise that it's not a link to an actual game, and also in my tweet I always put no copyright content at the top, then hopefully they realise. I can only imagine it's because the change, I've never had this problem since I've been putting no copyright content on the tweets. It's not been an issue, but of course, Elon Musk's in charge now, so if they do tweak the algorithm or something, if there are a few little tweaks that get made, then, well, maybe I've just been caught by that. Dave's not been suspended. Well, first of all, good. But at least I feel a little bit better that I think that's probably the reason why. And, look, the algorithm's the flipping algorithm. A few accounts have gone missing, says Tall Paul. I think Twitter is acting like FLB. Right, Canada with a free kick. Twitter change in terms and conditions. Maybe. Maybe. I don't read any terms and conditions. I've not changed what I've done since Elon took over. So if they have tweaked or changed something, maybe I've been caught out by something. I don't know. Ball has gone out. Right, 1-0. 10 minutes gone already in this second half. Time is going to go quick. Come on, Canada. They're pressing. They've still got Belgium back, right against their... Oh, it goes out, and I think that's going to be a goal kick. Is it? It's a corner. It's a corner to Canada. Was it a corner? I don't know, I don't care. It's a corner. It's a corner to Canada. Come on, Canada. Come on, Canada. Come on, Canada. Come on, Canada. Davis going to look to whip it in. Plenty of players back for Canada, but there's plenty of white shirts in there as well. Canada going to look to whip it in. No, just playing it short, actually. Oh, Canada, you overthought that. You didn't need to do that, Canada. Easily could have just whipped it in, got it in there, didn't. They played it short. Ended up getting knocked away instead. That was a very poor corner. Canada, you need to work on your set pieces, right? Like penalties and corners, and you need to work on your finishing. Ball goes up and out. Oh, Canada! Oh, Canada! What the flip you doing? Disappointment, says Sonny. I feel like the suspended accounts have something to do with Elon's poll on unsuspended people who spam tweets. Maybe Elon thought you were spamming. Well, to be honest, I would agree if it was like one of the old UFC streams, because what I used to do was I used to put a tweet out every fight or every other fight. Because my thought process was, if you're into this fight, you might, here's the link to our stream, come and join us. So I used to like try and put one out for each fight. But if I've been hit today, I mean, I put 2 tweets out for the first match, and they were an hour apart, like first half, second half, and then I put 2 tweets out for the last one. I mean, if that qualifies as spamming, I mean, geez, I don't know. Does that qualify as spamming? Here's a link at the start of the first half. Here's a link at the start of the second half. I mean, that's nothing compared to what I've done in the past, where I've had, like loads of tweets go out one before each fight on UFC. But again, it's different regime now, isn't it? It's different regime. So, I don't know, maybe there has been a little tweak or a change. I'm not bothered. I've still got a Twitter account, as I said. And my Twitter, I would be more bothered if my Twitter account was like, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 followers. And it's like, oh man, that's a real hot. But to be honest, it was 12,000. And it's, it'll take a while to build it back up to that level. But it's not the end of the world. Do you know what I mean? Larin has come on then for Canada. We've had a change. Have you kissed Elon's pinky ring lately? No, maybe I need to do that. Musk has been tweaking. Oh, he's tweaked. He's had a little tweak. Down the line. In the middle of the pitch. Here's Belgium. Ball coming back. So half an hour to go. Steve said, I'm loving Canada's pressing. The ref seems like he's loving the occasion. Canada are doing a fantastic job. Yeah, I mean, you are right. I mean, Belgium just can't get out their own half, can they? There's just always a player there. High work rate. High pressing. High block. Ball coming over. On the wing. Here's Mignolet. Into the middle. Again, look at that tackle. Brilliant work. Brilliant work. Canada's winning of the ball. Ball recovery is so impressive. Belgium just cannot get out their own half. And if they get to the halfway line, like, Canada are there. Ball in the middle. Hone playing it across. Canada on the ball. Going over to the left-hand side. Oh, he goes down. Tackle. He goes down. That's going to be a free kick to Canada. Free kick to Canada. Come on, Canada. Don't overthink this one. Yeah? Just get a load of players in. Whip the ball in. Fancy yourself in the air. These defenders are not all that. Okay, here we go. It's going to be whipped in by Eustachio. Eustachio standing over the ball. Is he going to put this in? Could someone get their head on the end of it? Half an hour left in this game. There's Larin. High pressure. Eustachio. High ball. Back posts. Bad. I mean, at least he didn't overthink it. He did, like, do what he should do, but he just put way too much on it, and it just sailed over everyone and went straight out. Can you talk us through your PC specifications? My PC specifications? I have no idea what they are, to be honest. I know that I got a new PC because my old one used to glitch all the time. And it was really annoying. And so I went out and bought a new PC, and it's the most expensive thing I've ever bought. But it's a Dell something. I mean, it's got, I don't know. I seriously don't know. It's got what is it? G-Tech, NVIDIA G-Tech graphics card, which is meant to be really good. It's got a really good, like, I think i9 processor in there. I mean, the PC's good. Any lag we get is nothing to do with the PC. It's just because we stream in the countryside and we're having to do it over like 5G, 4G, 5G. So it's not as stable as if it was like Ethernet and broadband. We're having to do it like through the air. So that's why. And that's why the settings are not as great as they could be as well. But it's because I'm in the middle of the countryside, so it's nothing to do with the computer or anything. Although the computer might be to do with the microphone issue. Okay, Trossard's on. Trossard, who's been playing really well for Brighton, is on. That's not great news for Canada, but, I mean, in all fairness, I don't even know if Trossard would be able to get on the ball. Right now, they're being penned back. The other problem Canada's got is they've worked so hard pressing. You know, are they going to be able to do this throughout 90 minutes? Edge of the area. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Edge of the area. And that ball is absolutely skied. Look at that. Straight into the heavens. Oh, Canada. Canada, Canada, Canada. That's terrible finishing. We've got terrible finishing, says Spencer. You need my first finishing book. That's what you need. You know, like when kids get like my first colouring book and stuff like that. My first finishing book. Page 1. This is a ball. Page 2. This is your foot. Page 3. Hit the ball with your foot. Ideally in this area of the ball and with this area of your foot. Page 4. Try not to lean back. Here's Belgium whipping the ball in the middle, but it bounces off. Belgium coming forwards. Kevin said, do you think the football film Escape to Victory should be due a remake? Yeah, probably, because I've only seen it once, and I mean, it had like Pele in and Sylvester Stallone and like legends, but I feel like if you redid it, you could probably make it a bit tighter as well. You could probably make the story a bit better. Because it's not seen as like a classic. Well, it's a cult film, 100%. But it's not a film that really ever gets spoke about. When you talk about great films, you know, it's never really spoken about. I feel like you could definitely remake it, make some little tweaks, make some improvements, put some modern names in there. And yeah, that would be pretty fun. That would be pretty fun. Maybe use it as a bit of a rough basis, but do a film that's kind of the modern version, if you will, but not identical. Because I feel like a film that's going to have like all this talent in deserves to be. Oh, good tackle. Here's Belgium. Oh, he goes down. There was a tackle on the edge of the area. The Belgian player continued into the penalty box, but he ended up going down. I don't know if VAR are going to check it. VAR might have a look. I don't think there's a problem with it, to be honest. And if there is, there's even an argument that the challenge happened outside of the penalty area. But, interesting. Canada chasing after it. They've got onto the ball, kept it in play, pulling it back, edge of the area. Canada passing it about. Eustachio knocking it forward. 1-2, no one there. Belgium looking to counter. Here's De Bruyne. Oh, God, you don't want to see De Bruyne on the ball. Plays it forward, but it's intercepted. Oof. It's a last-ditch challenge. It's end-to-end stuff at the moment. Ball going out wide. Buchanan knocking it into the centre. Belgium have got numbers back, playing it over to the right-hand side. Edge of the area. Shot. Wide. Not too bad, actually. Not too bad. Well wide. But I like the idea. Yeah, I mean, it was well wide, and I think Courtois had it covered anyway. Yeah, he really had to make that tackle, man. Miller really had to do that. That's quality. If that ball had got past, it was 1-on-1. And honestly, if Canada go 2 behind, not only do I think the game's done, but it's just not fair. And this isn't fair. Here come Belgium. Belgium, edge of the area, shot, and it's blocked. Yes! It's blocked. Is that Miller again? Is that Miller? Miller might be the... God, it might be the brand new flipping Paolo Maldini. He might be the new Lothar Matthäus. I don't think it was actually in the end. It doesn't matter. All of them are. All of these Canadian heroes ensuring that they don't go 2 behind. Oh, come on, Canada. Corner whipped in. Corner whipped in. Up in the air. Headed away. Ooh, Jonathan David slips. Gives the ball back to Belgium. This has been such a great game. This might be my favourite game. I really enjoyed Germany-Japan. But I've loved this. How to score a football goal. 1-on-1. 101 said Wes, yeah. Batshuayi. Twisting, turning. Good challenge. Does anyone know if Canada have actually ever scored a goal? Ball going all the way back to Courtois. Sonny says, come on, Canada. Scoring for dummies. Scoring for dummies. I know it might seem like we're taking the mick out of Canada momentarily, but my Canadian friends, you know that we're on your side. It's just, this is how we deal with the disappointment. This is how we're dealing with the pain. We're having to make fun out of it because otherwise it'd be too crushing for us. I really want Canada to win. They've never scored at a World Cup, said Richards. No, I just meant have they ever scored a goal, because at this point, I don't know if it's even possible. Ball in the middle of the park. Going through, and it goes all the way through. Sonny said, Canada, just aim and kick. Just aim and kick. It's a bit like Happy Gilmore. Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Tap, tap, tap. Just tap it in. That's all it is. All you got to do, just tap it in. They're saying that Canada might be losing just that little bit of energy, and that is the problem. I don't think they've got players that are going to be able to come in off the bench, that are going to be able to maintain the level of quality that's on the pitch. 70 minutes gone. They've worked so hard, and they might have just knackered themselves out, but they're still battling. Jonathan David is supposed to be one of the best striking young prospects in Europe. He's been linked to Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea, United. This game won't help that. No, this game won't help that. It's all in the foot. Instead, it's all in the hips, says Edwards. Big guy said schoolyard football. Perhaps it's time to raise the white flag. Never, Sonny. That's what the world wants you to do. That's what Belgium want you to do. Yeah? The World Cup is a test. You're being tested. You do not wave the white flag. You fight to the end. Come on, Canada. Never give up. Never surrender. Still only 1 goal in this. You are far from done. This is far from over. Even if you bring on fresh legs, even if you bring on fresh players that aren't as good, surely they're going to be inspired by what they've seen. Surely they'll dig that little bit deeper. Oh, ball is given away. Oh, not a great challenge. De Bruyne's away. De Bruyne charging forward. Look at that ball by De Bruyne. Oof. Batshuayi just couldn't bring it down. It's a great ball. Batshuayi. Yeah. Off his shin. Dink. Out it goes. Canada on the ball. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy tap tapperoo. Maybe Canada should just try and walk the ball in. Don't shoot. That's the new idea. Just walk it in. Don't shoot. Just get the ball and just literally walk it into the goal. That'll do. That'll do. Miller. Canada on the ball. Sonny said we need players that have enough energy like the Canadians that burnt down the White House. Maybe then Canada would score. Yes. Tall Paul said, I don't think Canada have confidence anymore. This World Cup's so crazy, anything can happen. Canada, don't surrender. They aren't the French. The maple syrup is going to be pumping through their veins. Long ball forward, headed clear by Belgium. Oh. Do it for Wayne Gretzky. Do it for Mike Myers. Do it for Bret the Hitman Hart. Do it for Celine Dion. Do it for Neil Young. Do it for John Candy. Ball in the middle, edge of the area. Little ding. Good tackle. Great tackle. Canada playing the ball forwards. Trying to get it out of their own half. There's still 20 minutes to go here, you know. Long ball, but there looks way too much on that. Way too much on that, and it trickles out. It's all in the legs. Who's impressed you so far? In the game or in the World Cup? I mean, in the World Cup, Spain looked terrifying. France, I think, are concerning because they beat Australia, and I don't even think they got out of second gear, to be honest. Canada are making a change. Adekugbe's come on. Adekugbe has come on. There's concern. Look at the concern. Yeah, Spain have looked really good. France have looked really good. England, I thought, looked really good. Japan as well. I mean, Japan, look at them. They countered with such speed. I could see them being a problem in the next round. If they get through. I am not concerned by Belgium. Saying that Canada have just lost their way a little bit. Ball being played forward there, but bounces off the Canadian defender. Do it for the Montreal Screwjob. Forgot Drake. Yes, do it for Drake. Do it for Drake. Ball coming over. Controlled. Miller. Canada aren't feeling Uzi. Canada beat Japan 2-1. Wow. Wow. That's impressive. Certainly from what I've just seen from Japan. So, yeah, I mean, look, I think this Canada team are better than what people are thinking. They finished top of their qualifying. They've got some good individuals, and wow, they've shown that they've got, you know, great pressing, great pace, closing down, winning of second balls. I feel like they're a bit questionable in defense. I think they defend with heart, but I don't know that they defend with skill. I think, you know, Mbappe would not be too worried about facing this defense. Nice little 1-2, and obviously the finishing is the biggest concern. In the middle, oh, God, that was golden. That was golden. He needed to just hit it. He needed to hit it. The Canadian player, I don't know who it was, number 17, he had it at his feet. He just needed to smash it first time. There's not enough time to, like, stop the ball and try and do something with it. In that environment, there was not enough time. Jeez. Wow. In Owen Wilson voice. Do it for Lance Storm. Do it for The Rock. Do it for The Rock, whose dad was born in Nova Scotia. Do it for the people, said Aubrey Edwards, dancing on wrestling's grave. Do it for Jinder Mahogany. Jinder Mahogany. Don't know who that is. Do it for Jinder Mahogany. Ball is being cleared down the line. Japan didn't have their best squad when we beat them 2-1, said Spencer. Oh, well, you didn't need to tell us that, Spencer. Oh, edge of the area, shot, but it's blocked. Canada on the edge of the penalty area. Either way, though, Canada got some good results in their qualifying. Is it CONCACAF? They finished top of. But heard that they struggled a bit against Uruguay. Actually, I don't know. Let's have a look at some of those recent results. Still got a bit of time to go. I reckon there's still about 20 minutes here, you know. Oh, Canada. Right. Canada, Canada, Canada. Batshuayi is going off. Batshuayi is leaving the fields. So Canada beat Japan 2-1 6 days ago. They drew with Bahrain. Lost to Uruguay 2-0. Beat Qatar 2-0. Lost to Honduras 2-1. Beat Curacao. Never even heard of that. Curacao. The hell's that place? They beat a made-up place 4-0. Lost to Panama. I gotta tell you, some of these results are not that inspiring. Losing to Panama 1-0 is not that great. Drawing with Bahrain is not that great. They beat Jamaica 4-0. They lost to Costa Rica. They lost to Costa Rica 1-0. The same Costa Rica we just saw get destroyed by Spain. So, I don't know, man. All things considered, this is an incredible performance by Canada. Oh, it just feels less and less like they're going to do it. Still not impossible, though. Come on. Come on. It's just gone a bit quiet and it's gone a bit flat. It's just... Undercover manager says lineups, though. Davies. Oh, when it's cleared. We can't go through all the lineups. Ball in the middle of the park. Days, spell I cup in capital letters. Ball in the middle of the park. Do it for little Timmy, said DB Mikey. Comes out to that right-hand side. Whipped in the middle. Oh! Towards goal. It's comfortable for Courtois, but it needed Courtois. He got on the end of it. No. Jeez. It's pronounced Coroso. It's a small island. Coroso. Wow, listen, we learn every day. I spelt it in my head, Edward. I spelt it in the head. Cotton Candy RBX, shout out to you. Hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying the game. AEW fan said, would Serbia winning tomorrow be a big upset? Well, it would be an upset. I don't know if it'd be big upset. It would not be Saudi Arabia upset. Because Serbia qualified, I think, top of their group. So I don't think it would be a big upset. There's a yellow for Davis. Davis gets a yellow. Oh, do it for Helix. I tried to catch you out, says Edward. Cotton Candy RBX said, I am enjoying it. Good. Well, I'm guessing you're not Canadian then. I hope Canada wins. Okay, maybe you are. I was going to say, well, you can't be Canadian because, oh my God, this is stressful. Stressful. Yeah, I want Canada to win as well. You should try and get Tommy with that and see if he spells I-Cup in capital letters. No, because it's not a natural thing to say, is it? If you say, say these letters out loud, then your first reaction is why, and then in your head you do it and you go, oh, okay, got it. So I don't think it'd catch him out. Ghana might score and give Portugal a test, says AEW fan. Michael said, does Lukaku play for Belgium? Mm-hmm. And how's he doing at Chelsea? He's left Chelsea now. It didn't work out. He's gone back to Inter Milan in Italy, and I don't think it's worked out there. But that's mainly due to injury. But he only moved in the summer. But yeah, he's done with Chelsea. Here's Canada playing it through, cleared by Belgium. Whilst it's still 1-0, they're still in the game. Curacao is pronounced Curacao. Curacao. Like the female pig. Curacao. I still think it's a made-up place, to be honest. I still think it doesn't really exist. Curacao. It's fun, though. I like learning. Oh, that's not a great challenge, Canada. That's going to be a yellow. I mean, look, they're doing what they need to do, but those legs are tired. Tired legs, tired minds, mistakes being made. Or maybe it's not a mistake. Maybe he just knew he had to. Because if he didn't, it's like a professional foul, isn't it? The old scissors. He scissored him. Yeah! Scissor me, daddy ass. Yeah! Yo, now listen. He scissored him. Beautiful. Tony Khan's teasing another surprise for Jericho. Oof. That challenge is awesome. Yeah! Scissored him. It's a good yellow, said the game. Wrestling fans won't know what you're on about. No, only wrestling fans will know what I'm on. Football fans won't know what I'm on about. To football fans, I just lost my mind. Stone said, I've been to Curacao. It's a beautiful country. In your mind. Mentally, you've been there because it's not real. Here's De Bruyne. Richard says, I mistyped. That's all right, Richard. Nigel McGuinness is going to debut at AEW's UK show. Debuting at the UK show would be great. I agree. I don't think it would get a big pop, but it would with me. In the ball whipped in, headed over. Come on, Canada, said Sonny. Scripps knockoff debut tonight, says Dark Angel. DB Mikey said Belgium's golden generation is coming to an end. This is the last chance for silverware for a while. It's now or never. Well, it's looking like never. It's looking like never. I mean, they have not looked good here at all. But they might be getting 3 points. Here come Belgium. Coming forwards. Shot is... Looks like De Bruyne needs my first finishing book as well. How to shoot. They're saying his standards are so high. Week in, week out, we watch him smash those into the top corner. There must be something in the air, man. Must be something in the air. I remember when my mother asked me why I was running around screaming. Oof. I was 10. Literally gorgeous benches and women in Curacao. I can see them now. They keep doing what you're doing. Live, quite entertaining. Watching commentary is definitely good enough. Sean Miller, shout out to you, my friend. Really appreciate the support. Right now, we're into the final 4 minutes, but then, of course, there might be half an hour added on. Who knows? But we are getting to the final stages of this, and the concern is that Canada are just looking a little leggy. Just. Do you think the Elite Shoot promo on CM Punk tonight? I hope not. It'd be petty, wouldn't it? Be petty. They don't need to do that. I mean, if they do it, it's a talking point. But edge of the area. Oh, and the ball runs out. Is that Trossard on it? He's working hard there. But the ball goes out. Canada have got the ball, passing it around their defense. The dying embers of this game. 21 attempts, 3 on target for Canada. 7 attempts by Belgium, 2 on target. It's Belgium that win in this. 1-0. Canada play the ball forward, goes over to the left-hand side. I tell you what, though, in 4 years, the World Cup comes to Canada and USA, and Canada will be a problem. They'll be a problem. Oh, here we go. Ball was bouncing around the penalty area, but nicely cleared by Vertonghen. God, that was a big opportunity. Couldn't get his couldn't wrap his leg around it, but Witsel being spoken to. Dave said he thinks if they keep shooting on Punk might return, said AEW fan. Ball coming over to the right hand side. That's a decent shout. That would be I mean, there was talk of suing and everything though, so that would be quite the change of fortune if he's agreed to stay. Here's Canada. Ball going over. Liam Miller. Ball whipped in the middle. Headed clear by Belgium. I think it's going to be 10 to 15 added, said Daniel's Life. Canada playing it over to the left-hand side. Coming forward, down the line, being chased after. Ooh, corner. Should be a corner. Should be a corner to Canada. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on, Canada. You can do something with this. Fans are getting behind him. The fans are making noise. Absolutely deserve something from this game. More than deserve something from this game. And they deserve their first World Cup goal. Come on, Canada. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh. It's high. It's long. Oh. The French government are looking to sell the Stade de France, and PSG are considering making an offer, says James. They play there. Do they play there? They play at the Stade de France. Meunier on the edge of the area. Sharp bounces off the Canadian player's head. Goes out behind. My heart is hurting. My heart's hurting. My heart's hurting. Canada have ruined this World Cup for me. 8 years ago is when Sting made his WWE debut. Damn. Rica, good night. Joining the stream has kept energetic. It's 2 a.m. here. Oof. Legend Killer said 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So many chances. Never seen so many chances. It's corner to Belgium. Trossard's shot. Ball going out. On the wing. On the insides. Twisting, turning. Johnston gets it across. Come on. Come on, the stage is set. The stage is set. The dying moments of the game. Score a goal now. Ball in the middle. Up in the air. Courtois is going to come and claim that. Oh. Who else in Canada and Belgium's group? Croatia and Morocco. I mean, look, they are both games that Canada can score and get a result in. They're both games they can score and get a result in, definitely. How many points do you need to get past to get out the group? It's different. It differs. I mean, you're going to need to win a game, at least. You're going to need to win our game. It's the top 2 that go out of each group. So, you know, after this, you're going to not have any points. But hopefully you just take the positives. Hopefully you just take the positives. They have run out of legs. And here come Belgium. You've got to win matches to continue on. Yeah, I mean, the group is going to be Belgium on 3. Morocco on 1. Croatia on 1 and Canada on no points. So it's not the end of the world. It's certainly not the end of your World Cup, but you are going to need to get results in your next couple of games. So you're not out. This isn't it. You're not going home, but you do need to get results in your next few games. Days, I like the World Cup stream so far. That's good. That's good, Legend Killer. I enjoy doing them as well, bud. So it's great that you enjoy watching them. What music are you into? I like a bit of everything. I like a bit of... I like indie music. I like things like Oasis, Ocean Colour Scene, Yeahs, guitar-based. Something that's got a bit of energy to it. I don't mind rock. I don't mind classic rock. You know, your AC/DCs, Metallica. I don't mind things like that. Led Zeppelin. Beatles, of course, as well. The classics, the Stones, David Bowie. But then I like a bit of rap as well, you know. Who doesn't like a bit of Drake? Who doesn't like a little bit of, I don't know, 21 Savage? It's pretty cool. Doja Cat, been listening to a bit more of her. Love Little Sims at the moment. She's cool. Hip-hop artist out of the UK. I think she just won the Mercury Prize as well, Little Sims. It's a really cool track she's got called Point and Kill, which is got like a really good like African vibe to it. It's called Point and Kill. Little Sims. Good track. Can't stop me, oh, you can't stop me, point and kill. Can't stop me, oh, you can't stop me, point and kill. Check it out. Right. KSI is a good rapper. Yo, I like to box and make TikToks. That's one of his hits, isn't it? I like to box and make TikToks. Canada on the ball, and I think it's going to be time. DB said, I'm a big Queen fan. I know. We were all heartbroken here, but she'll never be forgot. And there it is. There it is. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Sonny said, I'll be right back. Where's said, what is a KSI? Don't know. It's hard to see what anything is right now, what with all the tears in my eyes. Canada. I can't even give you words. Can't even give you words, Canada. Belgium should be embarrassed. Game over. R.I.P. Canada. Godspeed England. French. Weird mixed nation. Good play, but a lot of missed chances. Damn it, Canada. Canada had more touches and shots in the opposition box than Spain did earlier today. That's what the BBC have just said. Canada had more touches in the opposition box and shots than Spain. I'll send you one of his raps and tell me what you think. Oh, I'll tell you now. It sucks. This is why FIFA rankings are overrated, says Ryan Gambler. James said it's coming home. What about reggae and dancehall? Yeah, I don't know much about dancehall. Reggae. Again, I mean, I've seen. I like King Tubby. I went and saw Lee Scratch Perry gig. Obviously everyone loves Bob Marley. I've seen Damian Marley as well. So I like some of those guys, but I don't have the most in-depth knowledge when it comes to reggae music. Of course, the hits. There's a song that I found which is a big hit, which I've never even heard of before, and I absolutely love it. And that's a reggae track. What's her name? I've got it saved on YouTube Music because it got recommended to me and I listened to it and I was like, oh my God, I love this track. And then it turns out it's like really famous and I'd just never heard of it before. What's it called? I'll find it. Reggae. What's her name? Bam Bam, Sister Nancy. Bam Bam. Oh man, it's a proper, like, from the 80s, I think it is, and it sounds, the way it's recorded, it sounds old school, and it's really good. I love it. I love that track. Bam. Yeah, Sister Nancy Bam Bam, which I think is really famous, and I'd just never heard of it before. Did you see the South Park episode about the Canada royal wedding? No, I didn't. No, I'll have to check that out. Don't forget Rebecca Black. Is she from Canada? Oh, yeah, she's in my favourite hits, of course. It goes without saying. Yeah. Do you like Slipknot or Limp Bizkit or Korn, or are they too heavy? They're not... I don't really like heavy stuff. You know, Korn's probably a bit too heavy for me. I did buy Iowa by Slipknot, and I listened to it, and I couldn't really get into it, but yeah, they're probably a bit too heavy. I think I like things that are a bit more... like the screaming stuff I probably struggle with, but like things that are a bit more you can make out the lyrics, you know, like your Metallica kind of stuff. That's still, I suppose, is it heavy rock? Is it borderline metal? I mean, I suppose, don't know. It's certainly different to like Slipknot and Korn. That's probably a bit too heavy. But Limp Bizkit's not bad. Limp Bizkit, don't know. That was new metal, wasn't it? That was kind of around the same time as Linkin Park. I feel like they're a bit, well, not similar, but the same, like that new metal movement. Yeah, I don't mind Limp Bizkit. I like some of their hits, but I don't think I'd be sitting down and like listening to some of their albums. Right, that's it. We're done. I'm going to go off and grab something to eat and set up tomorrow's streams, which are pretty much done in all fairness. So I'm going to go and have something to eat. We are back later for AEW. I'll go and set that stream up as well. Canada, my heart breaks for you, my friends. It breaks. But your World Cup is not over, and you've lost by 1 goal to the hardest team in this group. So and you should have won. So take some out of that. I think you can certainly go into your next game with some confidence that you can get a result in your next game, whoever it is. I don't know if it's Morocco or Croatia, but I think you can go into it with some confidence that you can get something out of that game. So Canada, I know it's a dark day for you, a dark evening, but don't worry about it. You'll bounce back. We love you, Canada. Stay strong. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back later with AEW. Bye for now.